Hey, what's up, guys? Jake MTG here, and coming you with a new brew for Modern, and it is going to be Rakdos Moon. So I made this deck about 2 years ago, and I just love the red and black colors, and just for me. And I also love playing Blood Moon. It is so gross once you land that card, and everybody can, they're non-basics. They're going to be mountains against control decks, against mid-range like Jund and like Junk. Just shuts them out completely, which is great. That's why I love playing this type of control deck. So what I have here for Rakdos Moon, it's going to be more of like a control lockdown base. The creatures that we have in the deck are going to be 4 Gifted Aetherborn, which is our Death Touch lifelink creature. It's a 2 black, 2/3, and so it's basically a kill spell on a stick, and also gains its life against the aggro matchups. The next creature we have is Hazoret the Fervent, and so basically with this card we run 4 Ensnaring Bridges in the deck, so we don't need to attack with this. Basically we can just pay 1 red and then 2 colorless, and we can discard a card, and then that does 2 damage to each opponent, which we can just sit there behind our bridges and be safe against other creature based decks. The last creature that we have in the main board is Master of Cruelties. He is such a gross card in a way that basically he's a 1/4 for 5 mana, 3 colorless, 1 black, 1 red, and he's a 1/4, and he has First Strike and Death Touch. So, but the thing is about him is when you attack with him, you have to attack with him just by himself, and then when he connects damage to opponent, their life total goes to 1. Which is insane. And plus, when we're holding up Ensnaring Bridges like on our board, we can just, when we draw, we have him out, we have 1 card, so we can swing with him. He's only 1 power, and so that is a good way to sneak through. And so that's another card that is my pet card too, which I love to jam him in most of my decks. And for our Planeswalker package, we run 3 Liliana of the Veil and 3 Chandra Torture Defiance. So with Liliana, we want to keep just ripping our opponent's hands apart. We can also sacrifice creatures, and she's good behind Ensnaring Bridge too, so she can't be attacked. And then we can ultimate and have them sacrifice one of the piles that we choose for them to take apart. And then with Chandra, she's also amazing behind Ensnaring Bridge too. We can keep plussing, dealing damage, and then ultimately we can use her ultimate and then just start dealing 5 damage, whenever we cast a spell for that. And then for our instants and sorceries, what we have here, we have 4 Fatal Pushes, we have 4 Inquisition of Kozilek, we have 3 Thoughtseize, 2 Dreadbore, 2 Terminate, and 2 Kolaghan's commands. So that's what basically we are more of like, hey, kill all your creatures, rip your hand apart. And then if we're running against, say, like a Chalice of the Void, we can use our Kolaghan's command. We can destroy an artifact, and then also against Affinity, that's also a really good card. We can deal 2 damage and then also destroy an artifact. And then for our sideboard, we're running 2 Surgical Extractions against any cards that are giving us problems. We have 2 Spellskite against the Boggles matchup, because that is pretty hard, where we can just keep redirecting their enchantments over to our Spellskite. We have 2 Anger of the Gods for any like Phoenix decks or anything like that tokens, and then we run 2 Boils against any control decks that runs islands. Just get rid of those. We have 2 Kalitas, which basically is also good against Phoenix decks. Basically, we can kill their creatures, exile permanently, and make a zombie. And then with him, he also gains lifelink, and then we can sacrifice a zombie, put counters on him, and start getting even more life when we attack. Then we run Slaughter Games, so we can just rip cards out of their deck that are problem cards. And then we also run 2 Stormbreaths against any white-based decks, like white-based control decks, so they can't path them. And then we run 1 Grave Titan, also against control decks. And that card gets gross out of hand when we keep attacking, making more zombies, also fueling our Kalitas, which we can make them bigger as well. And so there's Rakdos Moon for you. Just want to do a quick deck tick with you guys, showing you my favorite deck that I like to play. This is like my pet deck. Yeah, so let me know in the comments what you would add to this deck. What would you remove from this deck to add to it? And hope you guys have a good one.